hello students, welcome back to my class. In the previous class, we have completed the role of microbes in household products. There we have discussed many number of household products and how microbes play an important role in the production of all those household products. And the name of the microorganisms are very important. You should note down the name of the microorganisms involved in the production of specific household products. And in this class, we are going to start up with a new concept, that is role of microbes in industrial products. Role of microbes in industrial products. Yeah, role of microbes in industrial products, it is also very important and interesting also. So even in industry, so initially we have discussed in dairy how the microbes play an important role and how they are involved in the preparation of cheese, bread, etc. Now even in industry, microbes play an important role, and microbes are extensively used in the preparation of subtle industrial products which are useful and beneficial to mankind. So which are the industrial products which are prepared with the help of microorganisms? The industrial products are like antibiotics, beverages. Beverages are nothing but the beer, wine, etc. All those beverages. And as I said, they are organic acids, antibiotics, enzymes, vitamins and bioactive molecules. So all these are the industrial products which are mainly obtained by the microorganisms. And while discussing about the household products, I told you fermentation is the main process involved in the preparation of all those products. Even for the production of industrial products also, fermentation is the main process. That fermentation activity of the microbes is mainly involved to prepare the industrial products that I have mentioned earlier. And here you should think that so in the industry, so in order to obtain industrial products in the sense we need a large quantity. So the industrial products are obtained in large quantity. In order to obtain large quantity, we need large amount of or more number of microorganisms. We should grow microorganisms in large quantity. We cannot simply grow microorganisms in a test tube or in a petri plate. So here the microorganisms are, we need microorganisms in a large quantity to produce large amount of industrial products. That's why the microorganisms will be grown in a large vessels or containers. For the industrial scale or for the large scale, the growth of microorganisms, it is required to grow the microorganisms in large containers or large vessels, and those vessels are called fermenters. So this is important. So what are fermenters? These are the large vessels or containers which are used to grow microorganisms in industrial scale. As many number of or large quantity of industrial products should be obtained, so that the microorganisms should be grown more in number. So in order to grow more number of microorganisms, we need a large vessel or a container. Such containers are called as fermenters. You can refer your study in your NCERT textbook. They have given the diagram of fermenters. So these are the large vessels or containers used to grow microorganisms in industrial scale. Now we'll see which are the industrial products which are mainly prepared with the help of microorganisms. Firstly, we are discussing the fermented beverages. Fermented beverages. So you may be heard the term beverages. So here we are talking about the fermented beverages. So here, what are beverages? The beverages are mind refreshing drinks. These are mind refreshing drinks which are mainly produced by the fermentation process of microorganisms. And actually, Louis Pasteur, you may be familiar with Louis Pasteur, who invented vaccine for the rabies. So Louis Pasteur actually found for the first time that beer. So this beer is mainly produced by the fermentation activity of yeast and yeast-like organisms. So that was first found by, or it was invented by Louis Pasteur. So Louis Pasteur, for the first time, he found that the beer, it is produced as a fermentation by the yeast or yeast-like organism. And microbes, especially yeast, it is extensively used in the preparation of several alcoholic beverages which I have written here. So all these are alcoholic beverages which are mainly obtained by the fermentation process of yeast. So what is the scientific name of yeast? It is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So the scientific name of the yeast. So this Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is the main microbe involved in the production of various alcoholic beverages. And this Saccharomyces cerevisiae, initially we called it as a baker's yeast. Why it is called a baker's yeast? Because it is extensively used in bakeries to prepare bread, cakes, etc. That's why this Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is called as baker's yeast. So same yeast, the same common yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, even it is used in alcoholic industry or brewers industry. So it is also used in alcoholic industry or brewers industry. Hence, this Saccharomyces cerevisiae can also be called as brewer's yeast. So it can be called as baker's yeast because it is commonly used in bakeries. As it is commonly used in alcoholic industry or brewers industry, it is also called as brewer's yeast. So these are very important, and we not only Saccharomyces cerevisiae, various other species of Saccharomyces are also used in the preparation of fermentation process of all these alcoholic beverages. The other Saccharomyces species are the one Saccharomyces yeast species is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and remaining are Saccharomyces ellipsoidens. So this S refers to Saccharomyces, and I am writing only the species name: Saccharomyces ellipsoidens, Saccharomyces sake, and Saccharomyces piriformis. So these are the various yeast species or Saccharomyces species which are extensively used in the fermentation process of all these alcoholic products. So this is about the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and this yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is used for the fermentation process by using certain raw materials like fermented cereals or fruit juices. Later they will undergo fermentation to produce various alcoholic drinks or various alcoholic beverages. And depending upon the type of raw material used and type of process, there are various alcoholic drinks are available. I told you, depending upon the type of raw material used. So which is the raw material mainly used? For example, sometimes we use fruit juice as a raw material, sometimes we use cereals as a raw material. So depending upon the raw material and type of process. So the type of process means with the distillation or without distillation. What is meant by distillation? Actually, so this distillation process is it is like heating as well as cooling. You may have heard about distilled water. So how they obtain distilled water? It will be heated then cooled. Likewise, so whether the industrial products or alcoholic beverages, whether they undergone distillation or not, with distillation or without distillation, depending upon, there are various alcoholic beverages are available. For example, you can see here, so these are the alcoholic beverages, namely beer, wine, gin, rum, brandy, vodka, whiskey, sake, fenny, etc. So how we can obtain these products? By the raw material. See, for the production of beer, they use barley as a raw material. Barley, you may be knowing barley, it is like wheat grains only. So that barley is used for the production of beer. And the fruit juices are mainly used for the production of wine as well as brandy. and the fermented rye malt. You can have a look about the rye grains. If you can see the images of rye, you will come to know. The fermented rye malt is used for the preparation of gin, and fermented molasses are used for rum. Molasses, they contain sugar content. So by fermenting these molasses, the rum can be prepared. And fermented potato is used for the preparation of vodka. And fermented cereals are used for the preparation of whiskey. And fermented rice is used for the preparation of sake. And finally, cashew apple is used for the preparation of fenny, and we will talk about these later. So these are the main raw materials. The main raw materials used for the preparation of various alcoholic beverages. So all these are very important. The main raw material, I told you, depending upon the raw material and type of process, there are different types of alcoholic beverages. These are the raw materials. First we will talk about the preparation of beer as well as wine. So firstly I am talking about these two products, and these two are prepared by the fermentation of the barley, that is the barley grains, as well as fruit juices. And for the preparation of wine, especially I am talking about the grape juice. So wine is mostly prepared from the grape juices, that's why. So the beer is prepared with the help of barley, fermented barley, and wine is prepared from the grape juice, and they will undergo fermentation with the help of the yeast species, namely Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Saccharomyces ellipsoides. Firstly, how this beer is prepared? Which is the raw material for beer? Or nutrient media. We will talk, we can say it is nutrient media or raw material. The main raw material or nutrient media for the production of beer is barley. And this beer contains 3 to 6% of alcohol. The percentage of alcohol in all these alcoholic beverages is also very important. So the percentage of alcohol in beer is about 3 to 6%. Then how this beer is prepared? You know, when you see the barley grains are subjected to soaking. You will soak in water. Later, it will be allowed for semi-germination. So it is not completely germinated. You may have seen the sprouts of the various pulses. Likewise, it is not completely germinated. So these barley grains are allowed for semi-germination. Initially, you will soak it in water. Later, it is subjected to semi-germination. A small sprouts will be enough. So that's semi-germination. Later, it will be crushed to prepare the malt. So we obtain the malt. Barley grains are soaked in water and allowed for semi-germination. Later, it is crushed to prepare the malt. Later, for that malt, we need to add the starter. Do you remember starter that I have explained in the curdling process? In the curdling process, we add a small amount of curd as a starter to the milk. So here also we need to add a starter, but here starter is not beer. Here starter is the Saccharomyces species. We add yeast as a starter, but before adding yeast to this malt and before undergoing inoculation process. So the inoculation process is nothing but adding the microorganism to continue the process. So before inoculation, that is before adding yeast, it should be heated. This malt is heated with hops. Hops are nothing but these are the dried petals of a flower called as wine. So this wine is different from this wine. Here I am talking about a flower. These hops are nothing but these are dried petals of a flower called as wine. Its scientific name is Humulus lupulus. The scientific name of this wine flower is Humulus lupulus. So why it is heated with this Humulus lupulus means in order to obtain a specific flavor, color, etc. So beer, initially barley grains are soaked, allowed for semi-germination, crushed to prepare the malt. So before inoculation, before adding yeast, it is subjected for heating. So during heating, what is added? It is the dried petals of wine, which is called humulus lucullus. It provides a specific flavor as well as color. So that is about beer. Next we will talk about the wine. So how this wine is prepared? The wine is mainly prepared from the ripe fruits and fruit juices. So various fruits can be used for the preparation of wine, namely grapes, apple, apricot, etc. All these fruits are used for the production of wine. And there are different types of wines are available. You may be heard about red wine. So that red wine is mainly prepared from the grapes. And why it is red in color? Because of the grape skin. You may have seen black grapes. So the grape skin which will provide the red color to the wine. That's why it is called as red wine. So red wine is mainly prepared from the grapes. And there is one more type of wine. It is called cider. So this cider is nothing but apple wine. And again there are different wines are available like sparkling wine, port wine, sherry wine, etc. So there are different wines are available depending upon the type of raw material. So depending upon the specific fruit used. So that is about wine. And wine contains alcoholic percentage about 9 to 12%. Wine contains 9 to 12% of alcohol. So this is about wine production. And this beer and wine, these two are called as undistilled alcoholic beverages. These two are called undistilled alcoholic beverages. So why they are called as undistilled? Because these alcoholic beverages will not undergo distillation process. So during distillation it is subjected for eating, later it will be cold. But here it is not subjected to distillation. Then how the alcoholic beverages can be obtained? So you know the process. Later after the production, these two beer and wine, they will be filtered and pasteurized. Pasteurization is nothing but a mild heating. Like how the milk packets will be obtained. If they have written pasteurized milk, it is nothing but it is undergone a mild heating. Why they will make it heating? Because to eliminate certain pathogens and to provide the shelf life. So you can keep it 1 or 2 days because of the mild heat, that is called as a pasteurization. So even this beer and wine, they are filtered, pasteurized and bottled without further distillation. So you should remember the wine and beer, these two are called undistilled alcoholic beverages. And the distillation process. So this distillation process will be done. The distillation process will be done with the help of fermented broth for the remaining alcoholic beverages. So these are the remaining alcoholic beverages which will be undergone for a process called as distillation. And so those products which will undergo distillation, these are called as hard liquors. These are called as hard liquors. So only beer and wine are called undistilled alcoholic beverages, and remaining all the distilled alcoholic beverages are called hard liquors. And if they are called hard liquors, they usually contains a high alcoholic percentage. See, beer contains only 3 to 6% alcohol and wine contains 9 to 12% alcohol, whereas the remaining distilled beverages, they are hard liquors which contain high alcoholic percentage. We'll see the alcoholic percentage of different distilled beverages. See this gin. This gin contains 40% of the alcohol. Even rum contains 40% alcohol. Brandy contains 60 to 70% alcohol. Vodka contains 60 to 80% alcohol. And whiskey contains 6 to 12% alcohol. So even this whiskey contains a less amount of alcohol, but remaining all contains a high amount of alcohol. And sake contains 18 to 20%. Failure contains 43 to 45% alcohol. And rectified spirit, you may have seen in our laboratory, there will be availability of spirit. That spirit contains 95% alcohol and absolute alcohol. What the absolute alcohol you will use in your chemistry laboratory? It contains 100% alcohol. So this is the percentage of alcohol in various alcoholic beverages. And so during fermentation process, so we are talking about fermentation. During fermentation, the yeast species are used, and those yeast species will undergo fermentation and produces various alcoholic beverages like this. And not only these alcoholic beverages, during fermentation, various other byproducts are also produced by the yeast. So which are the other byproducts obtained during the fermentation process? So later further fermentation leads to the production of acetic acid, succinic acid, lactic acid, ethanol, etc. So various propanol, etc. All these byproducts can be obtained during the preparation of these alcoholic beverages. So this is about the production of fermented beverages. It is nothing but alcoholic fermentation. Here as alcohol is the byproduct, it is called as alcoholic fermentation. So all these are very important. Let us revise once again. So here microbes in industrial products, microbes play an important role for the production of various industrial products which are useful to mankind which are useful to mankind. And what are fermenters? For the production of large scale or industrial scale, it is required to grow microorganisms in large vessels or containers. They are called as fermenters. And fermented beverages, so the beverages are the mind refreshing drinks which are mainly produced by the fermentation activity of the microorganisms. So various microorganisms, especially yeast, is commonly used in the production of various alcoholic drinks. And you should remember the yeast species Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Saccharomyces ellipsoidens, Saccharomyces sep, Saccharomyces piriformis. These are the various yeast species which are commonly used in the preparation of alcoholic beverages. And why this Saccharomyces cerevisiae is also called as brewer's yeast? It is commonly used in bakeries, that's why it is called baker's yeast. Even it is used in brewer's industry, that's why it is called brewer's yeast. And it is fermented with the help of fermented cereals, fruit juices, etc. to produce various alcoholic beverages. And depending upon the type of raw material used and type of process, there are different alcoholic beverages available. And so barley is the main raw material for beer production. These are the raw materials used for the production of all these alcoholic drinks. And beer and wine are called as undistilled products because after obtaining these two products, they will not undergo for distillation process. They just filtered, pasteurized and bottled without further distillation. And remaining all these beverages are undergone distillation process. So during distillation, it has a high amount of percentage of alcohol, and these are called as hard liquors, and they contain the alcoholic percentage like this. And not only these alcoholic drinks, even during fermentation activity, various other byproducts are also obtained by the yeast. So that completes the role of microorganisms in fermented beverages only. Still, we need to discuss various other industrial products. So next, we will be studying with the role of microbes in the production of antibiotics. So that antibiotics, it is very important. It will be very interesting to know about the antibiotics. So that completes today's class.